Empowering people. I'm soon offering a webinar on themes like self-growth, self-improvement and, why not, self-love. And I would like to explain more about it, so you can see for yourself why you should, or not, join. There are several reasons why I came up with this webinar, but it all boils down to one thing I deeply care for: empowering people. I think there's no better way to put it. I am a designer and professor. So technically speaking, my job is to empower people. That could be the perfect definition of why I step into a classroom, whether it's real or virtual, to help and support people to be better. I often tell myself that this is my contribution for a better world. I share what I know with people, I tell them what they can achieve, I push them to take the first step, and then, I hope for the best. In the end of the day, better people means better communities. Better communities lead to better societies, better cities and eventually a better world, a world we all want to live in, made of people who are expressing themselves at their best, as opposed to people who just get by tackling with whatever issue they are facing.
I asked myself a question: if better people eventually lead to a better world to live in, for everyone, what is my part in it? What can I do to slightly improve everyone's life? This webinar is an attempt to answer that very difficult question. This webinar is the continuation of years of work, years spent at dealing with and empowering people, day in day out. Design Your Life is my answer to that very question. And I think there's an even greater need for answers at the moment. I believe that in this troubling times people desperately need direction, support and help. People need also to hear that they can be better despite the fact everything seems to be worse at the moment.
However, Design Your Life isn't something I came up because of the pandemic. I am a designer, and designers spend years toying and testing and prototyping ideas. We also spend years understanding that problems are just challenges waiting to be solved. Years ago I just asked myself, what if I apply what I know about design to a very daring challenge such as a human life? What about my life to begin with? What design has to do with it? Can I merge the two things into something useful? Can I extract a tool, a skeleton, a program, a workshop out of this idea? It took me a while, a lot of testing, studies, diagrams and mistakes to get to what you will see in this webinar, but eventually I got something I am confident people can dig into and use for themselves. On top of that, I have conducted, for the past 3 years, a large-scale testing of this program with people from all kinds of background. I wanted to see how people would react. I wanted to really see my ideas in action on a diverse set of human lives which, of course, are very different from mine. So, Design Your Life is first and foremost a face-to-face workshop that I have been tweaking, adjusting, improving for the past 3 years in several locations across Asia. It's also a very democratic workshop. People always ask, who can join it? Can I join? Am I qualified? Etc. etc. Me being me, I can't stand that question. I am all for equality, and I would do anything to involve as many people as possible, no matter who you are, where you come from or your age. I like to say that anyone can join, as long as you're willing to pay attention and put in some work. The core of this webinar, workshop are some very straightforward tasks or activities or, if you will, games. These activities are designed to engage you directly. I strongly believe that education must be interactive. People will never learn anything unless they take it home and reflect upon it. Any idea, any piece of information, any skill set is made of 2 parts: the information itself, say, for example, a recipe for making tiramisu, and the cooking you do by yourself. These 2 things together form a skill, and what is a skill? A skill is understanding, making something external and alien to you into something personal, engraved into your mind. As far as I am concerned, the only way to achieve that is to do things on your own, to test them, over and over again. Long story short, my class is no abstraction, my class is definitely hands-on, practical, DIY. Sure, I have to introduce many ideas, some of them perhaps far-fetched for some, but once you get it, I don't waste any time and I ask you right away, do it yourself and see what happens. All you really need to know about me, about my purpose and what is this webinar about, you and your life. We'll write a book about your life. We'll make a self-assessment of where are you right now, and we'll make realistic prediction about your possibilities in the future. I am merely a facilitator, a light bulb in a dark room to show you what's already there. You see, your life isn't my life, your goals aren't mine, your journey is yours and yours only. I am not here to tell you what to do, I am here to merely suggest to you that among the many things you can do with your life, one of them, perhaps one of the most important, is that you can design it according to who you are. What are the things that matter to you? A designed life is worth living, especially if it's you designing it. Join our Zoom webinar on 2 sessions, August 29 and September 13. Check all the details on our event page, and if you have questions, please do not hesitate to contact us directly.